come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Washington football team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Push forward for about 4 up to the 23. This defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Third play here in this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Kaepernick. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. A nice little juke. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second.
Ball angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Kaepernick now to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw, Kaepernick. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
3 yards remain for second down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run with Gibson, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Here's Kaepernick to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Adam Humphries, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Hey, right there, he's sneaky. Check that guy.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. The throw right side going to be complete to DeGuara. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The completion there for the reigning MVP. And Charles, even though he's slip-sliding towards 40, it is certainly a tough task to ask a defense to stop Aaron Rodgers. But what can they at least try to do to slow him down?
I think for him is take advantage of the few opportunities he gives you. He's not going to throw very many interceptions, so if you get a chance to get your hands on the ball, you better take it. But if you can get him off the field on 3rd down, that is a huge one. Be able to blanket receivers, knock the ball free, but get off the field, because the longer that drive goes, he's going to put it in the end zone.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now it's Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Packers 1st down. 1st and 10.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Rodgers. He wants it all for the end zone. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. A throw with a flat here for McKissick.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. It's caught, Humphreys. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Gibson here running out of the gun. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
At the 42-yard line.
second down and 5. To throw is Kaepernick. Open man is Samuel, complete.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Going quickly here to Thomas. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? A carry now for McKissick. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's a quick throw out wide to Humphries. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. It's Kaepernick. Got his target, Samuel. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues. And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 9. A handoff for Gibson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Here's Kaepernick. He's got it. Touchdown. Logan Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And Washington has taken the lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. Oh, some strong running. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Man open, here's Jones. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Keep it up. Keep it up. Check side.
Throwing is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On now is the Packers punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now Kaepernick operating on the bootleg. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Second and 10. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Gibson, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Thomas brings it in. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. A give running right, Gibson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll run with Gibson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 51 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss, and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they feel like real fine when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll run here with Gibson. And some room to roam now. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the Next Gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making a few.
It got his man complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game.
Much to be had there, 1 yard out to the 10.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Slings this deep for McLaurin. He's got a man, complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A huge play there for Washington.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
On 1st down, Gibson. And he's got Rome. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here's McKissick. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw, Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Kevin King with a pick. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's caught at the 1. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, Rodgers. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check. 3 down. Yeah, 300. Check 52's the line.
Rodgers to throw once more. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Rodgers. Able to find Jones. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Now Rodgers got to have this one. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now Rodgers. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Over here. Watch the
To throw is Rodgers. And he'll look for Adams again, and this time he's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Gibson again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 126 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
First down, Washington.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance